What's going on, guys? My name is GamerGuy11, and today I have some footage of the Battlefield 5 alpha to show you. I was given access to the second alpha of Battlefield 5, and it only lasted about 3 days, but it was enough time to give me a feel of the game so I could actually make my own opinion of it. The Battlefield 5 alpha, well, just what Battlefield 5 feels like at the moment, it feels as if it's a combination of Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4. Though Battlefield 1, a lot of people don't really enjoy it, it's not at all a bad game. The game got stale over however long the game's lifespan was because there really was no progression system. They tried to add the service assignments and more assignments in general that the game would last longer, but the gameplay style got a little bit stale over time and there was no progression, and that also sealed its fate. But with the introduction of, well, special daily assignments and the special assignments for that, I'm assuming that each and every time that you complete one of those, you'd be given a reward, and so on and so forth. The gunplay in Battlefield 5 is actually really good in my opinion, though there are a lot of guns that need balancing. Guns like the Gewehr, which is what I'm using now, the Gewehr 43, I believe. It is really broken. It has hardly any bullet drop. It has a very fast bullet velocity, and it's very, very spam fireable. Trust me, you don't even have to be good at this game, and you could probably get a decent amount of kills with this. And good timing here. Whenever it comes to reviving, there's just a small thing. Reviving does take a little bit longer, which is fine. In my opinion, the animation gives it a little bit more feeling of realism, and it sort of makes it a little bit more risky to revive. But what makes it even more risky on top of that animation is that whenever you try to revive someone, you're stuck for about a second being able to not move at all after you get done reviving. The person on the ground is able to move before you do, and that's kind of a problem. If they need to fix that before the game launches, so everything is more solid flow, because once you get done reviving, it just takes a little while to start moving again. In this scenario, this camera sort of zooms back out into the player's perspective, and it doesn't really give you the opportunity to move beforehand. And also the glitchiness of that animation as well is not very stable. And going back to the gunplay, whenever it comes to fully automatic weapons, the bullet does go exactly where the iron sight, or the sight, is pointing. But another thing is that, well, if you tab fire the weapons, they become virtual lasers without any sort of recoil whatsoever. I'm not entirely sure if that's what they intended, but if it is, well, they accomplished it. But also, it feels as if some of these weapons just deal way too much damage in a very short amount of time. If you were watching the clip, I sort of flicked 180 around at this guy who has already been shooting at me and killed him before he could kill me. I already had 6 HP in that scenario at the end, but sort of the end of it. And also there, where that guy's recoil sort of screwed him over, and I was left as the victor of that, more or less for my aim. And whenever it comes to, well, sniping, all the guns have no bullet drop either. They have bullet drop, obviously. It's a Battlefield game with ballistics and everything, but there's not a lot of it. It's like every gun has a bullet velocity of like 900 meters per second. It's ridiculously fast, and there's hardly any fall, and it's sort of not balanced at all. I'm sure that whenever the game launches, there would be a lot of different guns with different bullet velocities and damage models, but so far what it looks like is that sniping is just incredibly accurate and very, very effective. The last thing I have to talk about is the attrition system, which not a lot of people are big fans of. Honestly, I could care less. I never get into scenarios where I run out of ammo very often. But anyway, I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you